My fiance cheated on me at the wedding, but I can't leave her now.
You know, sometimes you got to go hard or you go home.
I am mostly writing to try and get some relief since I have no one to tell and I feel like my body is turning inside out. Speaking of my colonoscopy. After months of browsing this, reading the horror stories and thinking that could never happen to me, I have some content to contribute. Boy, do I.
Oh, God.
Contribute that content. Feed us.
Give it to us.
Feed us. Feed us your Reddit stories. My 25 female fiance, 28 female, and I, we're getting married in 2 weeks.
I mean, congrats.
Congrats.
I hope.
It's not going to be good. We've been together over 6 years and lived together most of that time. And we've known each other for 8 years. This is relevant, and it will become relevant. I, full-blown lesbian. She, bisexual. Uh-oh.
Put I see you in the comments if you know
where this is going. We've built a wonderful life together, and I was so excited to take to the next step.
Oh, God.
Nothing's going to go wrong, John.
Nothing's going to go wrong. It's all going to be fairies and rainbows.
I truly thought I knew this person. I am typing this from a hotel of our good friend's destination wedding. They got married yesterday. Today and tomorrow we're supposed to be for fun and celebration in the local area, and they have not been so for me. After the ceremony yesterday, my fiance got rather intoxicated. She fell asleep like a rock after I helped her wash up and get dressed. She was out. Stone cold.
I wonder what tired her out so much.
The alcohol, John.
Festivities.
Yeah, festivities.
Yeah.
So I took the opportunity to do something I now regret, but at the same time was probably the best decision that I ever made. I snooped through her phone. The snoop, the classic snoop, you know? It's like, if you don't find anything, you're an asshole.
Yes.
If you do, you're still an asshole, but they're an asshole too.
You are playing roulette, truly.
You're playing roulette.
Yeah.
Asshole roulette. I wish I had a better reason for why I did it. Some big Sherlock Holmes hunch, but I don't. I did it because we're getting married soon, and I wanted to see what she was saying to her friends about me and the wedding. She's being a bit more secretive with her phone, which made me curious. I wanted to pry. I wanted to look inside.
Yeah, this so far, it seems like not the greatest reasons ever.
No. It's there's no reason.
It's just complete
OP,
gut.
But it's also like, it sounds like OP is like not thinking she's cheating or anything. She's thinking, oh, like what's she saying about me for the wedding? Does she like the flowers I picked? You know,
But using that as a reason to like,
no, it's a bad reason.
Yeah.
But I'm saying it's like more of a cute reason that I think she's cheating.
Oh, right.
It's like, what is she saying about me in the wedding? I did it for the same reason people wish they had mind reading powers, to understand what's going on in that little noggin of hers.
Okay.
I searched her text for my name. Nothing mind-blowing, and it was actually really very positive. I was feeling a little warm and fuzzy, and that's when I got the bright idea to search for the word sex.
Oh.
I wanted to see if she talked about her sex life with her friends, maybe about what she liked the most or didn't like. Instead of text with me,
No.
I pulled up text with a man,
No.
a friend of a friend who lives several states away.
Not long distance, D.
They sent each other photos of the landscapes of like each state.
Okay.
Just kidding. It was sexting.
Oh.
It was sexting.
Found it. Target acquired.
Damn, dude.
Poor OP.
I kept scrolling up and up until I came across the nail in the coffin.
Oh. What? So there's something worse?
He had traveled to our city so they could meet up for coffee and nothing else.
Coffee.
And nothing else. You know, like in GTA 3, where they're like, you want to come up for some coffee? And then they bang. And it's like that game mechanic where it's like, oh, shit. Yeah.
It's going down.
It's going down. It wasn't coffee. It was coffee and sex.
Yep.
Yeah. The evidence was complete as could be, sealed with a selfie of them together that he sent them. She couldn't even be bothered to delete them. I hid in the bathroom and shook like I was possessed. It felt like a nightmare, and part of me still hasn't accepted it. So began the worst 36 hours of my life so far. Oh. And she's at her friend's wedding, so she can't like say anything.
What can you do? Like, I mean, you could leave. What would you do?
Yeah,
honestly,
what would you
watching
do?
right now.
You're at a destination wedding.
Destination wedding. Do you leave? What do you do? Tell us. Let us know in the comments.
Yeah. I couldn't confront her without causing a scene at my dear friend's wedding, so I pretended that everything was normal, which, oh man, that would be so hard. Not very well. I did have a couple nausea spells I had to explain away, but I've been doing the hugging, kissing, laughing, and I love yous all day while we've been trying to have fun at this wedding celebration.
Man.
I feel like I'm dying. I keep playing the text over in my head and running through what I'm going to say to her the second we get home. I thought about staying in the relationship partially to avoid the total embarrassment of being that person who canceled a wedding last minute. But I realized I would be setting up my life for failure if I did. There are several things looking back that are red flags, namely the timeline of when she ended her last relationship before starting ours. She swears she broke it off with her old girlfriend before we started dating. Old girlfriend had a different story.
Really?
That story I brushed off when my fiance insisted that she was insane. The old girlfriend does have issues, but I think she may have been telling the truth about this one. I think my fiance is a serial cheater.
Oh, that's worse than Captain Crunch cereal.
Worse.
That is not what you want.
Worse kind of cereal.
But not bad as Jeffrey Dahmer cereal. We're in between.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe.
Maybe it's as
Maybe
bad.
It's the same. Yeah.
Could be.
Would you rather have your wife cheat on you?
Yeah.
Or eat a human finger?
Wow.
Question. Would you rather have your partner cheat on you or eat a human finger? It's not your friend's human finger. It's just a human finger sent in the mail. You don't know where it came from.
I thought it was going to be easy one, but
Pinky. See, eating the human finger doesn't really
think about it.
There's no repercussions. I mean, besides the knowledge that this was not an ethically sourced, green farm that you're getting this finger from. But it's just a finger. It's a pinky finger. But you can tell it's a child's finger.
Can I slow roast it?
You can slow roast it. Yeah, you can cook it any way you want. It comes raw.
I'll go finger.
You go finger.
I'll season it.
Damn.
Yeah, that's my plan.
And then
I'm left with two terrible options.
What would you do? Put your answers in the comments. I hope I have the strength to make it through tomorrow and the 10-hour trip home. As well as do what needs to be done. Best part is we also work together at the same small company and just bought a house together. Unraveling this will be difficult, and there are some relevant comments, but wow. So what would you guys do? Would you break up instantly? I mean,
are we getting another update or something?
There's another update. There's some juice. Juice to squeeze.
What do you do? Probably best to just confront. Honestly, I think there's nothing wrong with OP leaving the wedding. I get that OP is I don't want to be seen as that person, but I think for you, it must be torturous to be at a wedding.
But also it's your friend's wedding. Do you are you not there because
I think you could tell the friend and be
but do you want to take away from their day?
You tell the friend, hey, something really terrible has happened. I'm safe, family safe, but I'm sorry. I guess it is kind of tough.
You don't.
I see what you're saying.
If a friend of mine was having their wedding and it's their special day, I don't want to have any reason to be a damper on that.
That is true. You make a great point. So maybe not at the wedding. But I think afterwards, it's okay, this, and at least it's a confined, 72 hours or whatever OP said it was.
Yeah.
Those 72 hours end, and then...
Well, you don't confront, I don't think yet. I think you have to prepare. You have to get ready. You want a fucking house together.
You're so right. Wow.
Dude, it's rough.
This is messy.
It's messy,
This is complicated.
Dude, owning anything with a significant other can be rough.
Yeah.
I have a friend that he's in another country and had a business with his girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
The girlfriend is from that country and he's not. Everything was in her name. They broke up and she's not giving him anything.
Wow.
Not giving him anything. And then threatening to report him to the police if he asked for the money again.
That is...
And so it's
dang.
Luckily it's not a business
or
something, but if you don't prepare well, your significant other could be spiteful. And it doesn't sound like this person is a moral person either.
I guess a big question is does the contract basically of the house split
what does it actually look like?
I would guess, since they said they bought it together, that
it's in both of their names.
It is a broker or whoever would do that. But I mean, we're no experts. There could be a lot of mess.
Your I's and T's are crossed.
100%.
Okay, so relevant comments. Munt Jack Drowning says, I seriously hope you screenshotted all of this and sent it to yourself. I would have the hotel print it all and I would tape them all over the room and surprise her. But I'm a bitch. I honestly hope you sent yourself copies of the text so you can legally recoup any financial losses from your wedding. I'm so sorry you are going through this. You don't deserve it, and you are an exceptional friend to the couple getting married. Hugs, my darling. OP, thank you, kind stranger. The kicker is the 10-hour trip is in the car with the newly married couple.
Oh.
We traveled with them to help and, of course, give moral support. They will be singing and celebrating. I'll be probably in the back with a sick bag. Then senior old guy says, how long ago did she cheat? Did you sense a change in your relationship around the time she cheated? OP, not at all. That's the scary part. I always thought she was such a sincere person, but she was able to pull off a pretty elaborate scheme to meet up with this guy, and I didn't suspect a thing.
Wow.
Lied to my face, and I couldn't even tell. Maybe that says more about me than her. And then Muntjack Drowning also said, what will make you feel better? Option A, you take the high road, eat shit and allow her to spin the narrative. Option B, Oppenheimer, nuclear Earth. You make your bed now. Everyone knows it's radioactive. You are clearly the more emotionally mature in your relationship. Here's where I'm not a bad person. I want you to take care of you. I don't want you to lose anything because of her not being able to keep it in her pants. You're putting aside your suffering for your friends. That tells me all I need to know about you, and I want you to not lose anything. Not your friends, not your money, not your integrity. You deserve better.
That's
OP
sweet.
says, you know what? I was debating about contacting our friends directly about the cheating and why the wedding is being canceled, as opposed to sending out a joint wedding is canceled due to unforeseen circumstances message so she could save her reputation. But your comment helped me decide that I need to get ahead of whatever narrative she may spin. This is uncharted waters with her. I didn't think she was manipulative. I deserve to keep my reputation. Thank you. Oh, so Muntjack Drowning, the commenter, was like, you might need to get ahead of this in terms of what she might spin.
Yeah.
Like she could spin this into something crazy and then you could lose friends over that.
Yeah. Now all this work, it's like you've loaded OP with all this work of like, all right, how do I distribute this story and make everyone understand? How do I get all my legal stuff together for my assets and the house and the money? And
there's a lot for OP to take care of.
So much homework.
And there is an update.
Oh.
So this is from October 30th. Firstly, thank you for the supportive comments. I read them over during the trip. They really did give me strength and clarity of mind to do what was right for me in this heartbreaking situation. So the saga continues with my life looking like a movie with nothing going as I thought it would. We started drive home Sunday morning with the newlyweds, stopping partway for brunch with the bride's family. At this point, my fiance had sensed something was wrong and is getting anxious about why I was being distant. It all blew up when I stupidly left my phone on the table and walked away for a moment while we were waiting for food. She tried to access my phone for some reason. I don't think it was anything nefarious. She was right in front of the groom and may have wanted to take silly photos of my phone. In a previous comment, I had mentioned that I had changed my password to protect the evidence I had. Well, she did not appreciate that at all. She immediately spiraled into a panic attack when I wouldn't tell her why I changed the password. She said, "You've been acting weird. You never change your password." And without a hint of irony, she asked, "Are you talking to someone?" And this was all in front of the groom. So she's airing out the laundry. And I think OP's got to say, hey, your shit stinks.
You want to take a shot at me? I got a freaking bomb to come back at you with.
You know, you're saying these are my skid marks, but I think I know where this comes from.
The real dookie.
Yeah, the real dookie. I desperately try to play it off as I was protecting my Christmas present ideas. Normally, we allow each other to be secretive with our phones around Christmas. She didn't buy it. She didn't buy it.
That was a good one, though.
It's good. It's good, but it's October 30th. Like that's maybe a little early.
Nah, OP's lady is smart, but that was a good try, OP. A good try.
I tried to play it cool for the couple and family, but she began texting me, begging me to talk to her right at that moment. Then she began crying. I figured this couldn't get any more awkward, so I beckoned her outside. She tearfully asked, "Did I do something wrong?"
Did I do something wrong?
Dear Reddit, the amount of relief I felt when I said, "I know what you did."
Yes.
I know about his name. It was indescribable.
Oh.
Part of me was happy despite the situation, just from relief of not hiding this knowledge any longer.
Yeah.
Like taking out a festering splinter. She at first acted clueless. That quickly became, he's just a friend. Then we didn't do anything. To we only kissed and texted. And it wasn't cheating. She denies even now any sexual contact other than kissing.
I slipped and fell.
Oh
no.
His dick was just suddenly in there. All excuses devolved into repeated begging for me to stay and get married to her. She didn't even say I'm sorry until I pointed out that she hadn't even apologized in between excuses. I truly do not know this individual. You don't have to believe me, but I literally had some of your words ringing in my ears while she spoke. I held strong on us separating and canceling the wedding. I finally got her back into the restaurant on threat of embarrassing her in front of all these people.
Wow.
If we didn't return to our friends, not proud of that verbiage, but she was refusing to leave the parking lot to go back inside. I quickly ate my cold brunch and she stared at hers, shell-shocked.
Dude, she's on some G shit right now. That is like...
By this point, it's painfully obvious to everyone around that something is very wrong. I reassured our friends multiple times that we are okay and the situation has nothing to do with anything they did. I'll tell you more later, but let's just get home for now. I didn't want to tell them the truth right then and subject us to a long car ride with that knowledge hanging in the air. But it's going to be a fucking 10-hour car ride of just like weird, awkward energy because of what's going on.
That's true. Yeah, neither one is a great option.
In an incredible twist of fate, I spent the 10-hour car ride singing and making conversation, and she spends it on the verge of tears and car sick dry heaving into a sick bag, trying to act normal for our friends.
Mm-hmm.
I must have seemed like a psychopath. I was so lighthearted from finally getting the weight off my chest. The groom, bless his heart, tried to bring up our wedding plans multiple times, and I redirected with jokes or anecdotes from their weddings. Side note, did you know that 99% of road trip songs are about romance and or breakups? We listened to Adele's Hello from the Other Side twice, once belted by the bride and once by the groom. Get me out of this cliche nightmare. We make it home and the fun only just begins. I did text the couple to apologize for our weird behavior and inform them about cheating and the canceled wedding. They have responded with messages of support and understanding. The details are already hazy, but I essentially repeated in no uncertain terms that we are no longer together. The wedding is canceled and she will be sleeping on the couch and I expect her to move out. She became completely hysterical, following me around the house and trying to hug me and repeating phrases such as, "We can fight for this together," and "I love you, say it back." I'm sad to say that things took a very dark turn. She said she intended to hurt herself, and she responds with, "I can do what I want, you don't care anyway." She watched me clear my firearm so she can't use them. And then she said, "You don't think I'll find another way?"
Oh, jeez.
It's going dark.
Yeah.
I let her out of my sight for a moment, and she goes to our knife collection. She's crying that it's hers and I can't take it. She could do what she wants. I gave her an ultimatum. Give up the knife or I'll call the police. She refused. I called her bluff and I dialed 911. The moment I dialed 911, the change was immediate. We have a friend who is Baker acted, which basically means like a thing in Florida, actually, where if you're exhibiting like stuff of mental, like you're not mentally sane, you could be like damaging to yourself or others, you can be like put under arrest, essentially.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, act in Florida. Private emergency mental health and temporary detention. My fiance is terrified by their stories of like being Baker acted. She immediately gave up the knife, apologized, and calmly sat on the couch. She claims she lost herself in the moment, then regained control. In her defense, she was having a visible panic attack. The police were incredibly kind and professional. They eventually decided to not Baker act her since she was now calm and said she was not planning to harm herself. I actually agree that this was the right call. I think seeing the police was enough to tether her back to reality. After the police left, we spoke for a few more minutes peacefully. She admitted that she made a mistake and was remorseful, but desperately wants to rebuild. I held firm. I cannot live my life watching her like a prison guard, even if she's willing to do anything to prove I can trust her. There's two sides to every story. She says she did not feel loved by me at the time and I can be cold. This is true. We've had real issues in the past with me not providing enough physical affection. Our love languages are very different. She admits that the last few months have been wonderful, but a year ago, she said she wanted to feel sexy and loved, which is why she messaged him. My problem is that this is the same time period that we seriously discussed marriage and I proposed.
Literally.
She continued to text inappropriately with him after the engagement.
Bro.
If she did not feel loved by me during what should have been the peak of our relationship,
Yeah.
I have nothing left to offer her. How could I trust that she will stay by me in truly difficult times? I've given all of myself and it wasn't enough. Apologies for the novel and thank you for the support. As I lay here alone in our bed, I do have hope for a brighter future, mostly due to all of you.
Wow.
So thanks Reddit for, I guess, helping OP.
I really gotta commend it to OP because that's
For
a
staying
lot
firm, yeah.
of hard decisions and being like
Back to back.
steadfast and confident and like, okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna waver from it. You know, especially especially when the fiance was doing all of that after they got home, and to be of that like sound mind and keep it cool and like I think handle it pretty dang well, honestly.
Pretty well. That is like, you know, someone threatening themselves is a pretty traumatic situation. And so OP, you kept it cool. And I'm also glad that like what is good that comes from this is you saw a lot of shit that maybe was a little bit covered up and it bubbled to the surface, and you're seeing, you know, a version of what you could have married. And this, you know, marriages get hard and people generally show the worst sides of themselves, or you get to see the worst sides of themselves because you're getting to see them all the time. And so good to see it now. And
before you're legally
legally tied,
we would have to do the divorce chant.
Yep. Divorce.
I think at this point, like hope is all we have for OP building back. And I do hope I can fit D's nuts in your mouth.
That was just, I saw it coming. It saw it coming.
But you didn't stop me. See, the game is you have to stop me.
Every girl that my mom, like occasionally, every once in a while, my mom will like try to set me up with girls.
Right.
And every girl that my mom, sounds weird. Every girl that my mom has set me up with has been very much my type, extremely my type. And for the last like 2 weeks, there's this girl from Australia that is here. It's the daughter of my mom's friend. And my mom's just like, you know, you should really get to know her. Like, you know, we're going to the farmer's market together. You should come. Like, oh, you should invite her out. Like all of these things.
Yeah.
And so I've never seen a picture of this person before. I've never met her before, but my mom describes her as elegant and smart.
Yep.
And so I am meeting her at an art gallery tonight.
Wow.
So my mom set me up on a blind date.
Also, I just love how much your mom is manifesting you marrying an Australian the same way that you're basically recreating your parents' love story. It's kind of incredible, honestly.
Well, I mean, is she a baddie?
We don't know.
We don't know. I will give you updates later. But what I do want an update on is this next story.
Let's get into it.
Let's go.
My boyfriend dumped me for wanting another man's dong. Should I leave him?
I mean, if he dumped you, you can't leave him. He left you. It's like, no, we're over.
You know why I know OP can pull that off?
Why?
Because they're a member of the OK Gang.
OKOP fam. Yeah, OP submitted this to r/OKOP show, our subreddit. If you have a story that you want to submit, head on over to our subreddit.
That's right. And our producer, Riley, made me read the title exactly as is minus one word for YouTube flagging purposes.
Yeah, fucking the YouTube censorship after us.
But shout out to Particular Freedom 760. You know what? They know me in the titles I like. What can I say? So, some backstory. I, 24 female, and my boyfriend, 25 male, have been dating for 2 years now and had a bit of a rocky relationship, but always stayed strong together.
Okay.
He was the high school quarterback and frat boy king. Everyone who met him instantly loved him.
Sounds like a Chad, dude.
Yeah, he does sound like freaking just
Chad.
jaw.
Yeah, dude. Got like the fine jaw. He's been mewing. Do you know how to mew?
No, what is mewing? I don't even know what that is.
So to make your jaw more defined, you stick your tongue on the roof of your mouth and you go.
Is this doing anything?
I don't know. I can't see because of your beard.
You barely knew me without... I was literally growing in my beard right as we met, and it literally took me like 3 months.
Yeah, dude. I can't do that.
Baby John.
I could maybe do a mustache.
Guys, wait. Comment the mustache emoji. If we get 2,000 total comments, so you can comment anything, but 2,000 total comments, throw in the mustache emoji. Sam will grow a mustache for 1 month.
Yeah, I guess.
That is the deal.
I don't even know, like, will that look good?
These are questions we don't need to ask.
Okay, all right, fine.
I was nerdy and awkward and was a foreign student back in high school. I had to work through college to survive on my own. I had a rough upbringing and my family was pretty poor. He got everything he ever wanted and was very spoiled as a kid. So we grew up very different, but still found each other and fell in love. So now we just went to Mexico for his friend's wedding. Even planning this was a disaster.
Oh no, why?
We would fight at least once a week over everything. I would bring up something on my mind and he would just shut me down, which only made me push more until we eventually would be yelling at each other.
Sounds like a healthy relationship.
Not so effective communication. It soon came time to reserve the resort room, which again led to a fight. And he said, if you don't book the room, then delete my number and never speak to me again.
What's
So
the whole
reasonable.
delete my number thing? Or just say, don't talk to me.
Yeah, that hurt. So I booked the room. I still did love him. My cut of the room alone was $950.
Damn.
A few days later, I noticed he didn't pay. So I mentioned something, and long story short, I ended up paying for the majority of the resort room and both of our plane tickets, which in total came out to almost $2,000.
Dang.
You're covering $2,000? Like, come on. He said he'd pay me back, but it's been months. After paying and the days leading up to the trip, I refused to argue, and we had such a lovely relationship. I just ignored all of our problems, and then it was all
they
good.
went away.
He moved to New York City, and I still lived about an hour and a half away, but I still did everything I could to see him, and he would come visit me too. Then comes the day of the trip. Everything was smooth. We landed in Mexico and got checked in. Once I showered, I was finally ready to see his friends. It was all amazing and everyone seemed nice. I knew a few of them already, but I already felt something was off and tension was weird. My boyfriend and I had dinner with some of his friends who were all not in the wedding party, and both my boyfriend and I were talking about how we felt unwanted. Our invitation was a last-minute thought. I knew already something the bride and groom told me that they didn't really want us there. Ouch! Ouch!
Who says that?
Yikes!
Who says that?
When I eventually told my boyfriend what they said to me, he said they were lying. To this day, I don't know who to believe. What a weird...
Why would they
Where
lie
are
about
we?
that? Yeah, this is the Twilight Zone. Fuck.
Anyway, it was the day of the wedding and everything went to shit.
Oh no, OP.
He forgot his suit and started saying it was my fault. Why is it my job to make sure you packed your suit for your friend's wedding? We eventually got dressed and ran to the ceremony, and it was beautiful. Then things got worse. I was pretty wasted already from dinner. Then my boyfriend and I had more tequila shots.
Oh, tequila.
I was 6 shots in within an hour.
Oh my God, OP.
I had a glass of water and then went to the club with everyone. I had a glass of wine and 2 more shots.
Oh my God, OP.
Another glass of wine and then 2 more shots.
OP.
I am now 8 to 10 tequila shots in with no food. I started to black out, and from what I was told, I was falling over. Oh my gosh. I remember falling, and the groom's brother grabbed me and held me up by the waist. I thought nothing of it because I thought we were all friends. I remember not much after that except for him saying to me, "I'm having a great time." And then I was looking for my boyfriend. I ran into the bride and was hugging her and saying congratulations and was dancing with the girls. My boyfriend then got to me and took me aside. He told me I said to the groom's brother this sentence: "I like your tie. Does it match your dong?"
What does that mean?
Now, I have never used those words in my life. I refuse to say words like cock and pussy. I just don't like how they make me feel, except for when it's in an OKOP title. I didn't even know the man was wearing a tie, nor was I attracted to him. I am madly in love with my boyfriend and had no desire for anyone else. My boyfriend is a beautiful, strong black man, and this guy was a lanky, bald white man in his 40s. And how and when would a tie equal somebody's pee-pee? Now, hear the rest. This was all a he said, she said, because apparently this story went through several people before me or my boyfriend. Everybody was about 10 plus tequila shots in.
Yeah, so how do you know what's is real?
Oh my God. It was a loud club, and I wasn't physically close to anyone involved in the story. No one would listen to me and gave me the cold shoulder the next day. The bride then changed her story twice, one version to me and then one version to my
Wait,
boyfriend.
this feels like a conspiracy now.
I
Getting
told
conspiracy
you,
vibes.
something fishy, right?
Something fishy's going on.
My boyfriend has told me about blackout wasted things that I've done, and I'm like, yeah, that sounds like me. But this is complete nonsense. So the end of the story is my boyfriend broke up with me over this, even though I know I'm innocent in this and we still have 4 days left in Mexico for the wedding. I am completely heartbroken and confused because none of this makes sense. I know I did nothing, and if he wants to throw it all away over nothing, then I guess I should let him. I expressed my pain and how hurt I am because I know I'm innocent and I never did anything to jeopardize our relationship. We were talking about marriage, but now I am back to being single. Am I the asshole? And there is an update.
I mean, I do think there's something fishy going on. But the thing about getting blackout is you don't know.
You kind of don't know,
right?
Don't
know. You know, like people act different when they're blacked out. You're rolling the dice. You're rolling the dice. If you black out, like you are responsible for your. I mean,
like if you smack someone in the face, you're
still
ultimately still responsible.
You're still responsible for your actions.
Yeah.
You know, like also just getting blackout is just dangerous in general, like socially and also like physically it can be dangerous. Right? We've talked about that in the past. I honestly think getting blackout drunk is kind of an asshole move if you're at someone's party, because it can ruin the party.
It really can,
by you having to be taken care of or by you doing something out of control.
I told on a solo episode to Riley my New Year's 2020 story, which
Did you get blackout?
Wasn't me. It was somebody else. How about I'll give everyone a cliff notes of it at the end of this, and I tell the full story in a later solo episode. But yeah, I think you're right. It's an a-hole move.
I think it's an a-hole move.
Because you can control yourself. Like, you can control yourself. I'm sorry. Like, you really can.
Or you should be. I mean, especially by like, I understand if you're like just getting to college or it's your first time really drinking and you're like, oh, accidentally drank too much because I don't know how to control myself or whatever, which I've done. But by the time you're like, 25, 26, like if you're getting blackout, you're
at a wedding,
you're not like, you are not being respectful, I don't think.
Yeah.
And also like she knows how many shots she did, like fucking.
She counted.
Yeah, 10. Dude, but don't do that many. And like, you're also like a girl doing that much.
Yeah. Could be dangerous.
Is a lot. Yeah. I don't know, man.
But we have an update.
Let's hear it.
Thanks for your replies, and I'm really sorry it was a confusing story and very complicated. I am still recovering. I wrote it as best as I could. You've all given great advice, and similarly to my friends and family. This was all a week ago, so now we did stay in Mexico for the rest of the trip, and then we all flew home together. He was genuine and made sure I wasn't alone in Mexico. Honestly, those last days were the best we've ever had during our relationship. He was also speaking about the future and making plans as if we were together, so I almost forgot we were broke up. We stayed together for the weekend when we came back, but he was only ready to talk about our breakup on his drive back to the city while I wanted to talk in person. In conclusion, no, we are not together anymore, but he still wants to stay in contact.
Wow.
I am so heartbroken and confused. I know this is the right thing to do, but I still love him. I gave up a lot for our relationship, and now I just feel like I'm starting all over. He was my world, and now he's just gone over a he said, she said.
That sucks, OP. It could very well be that there's like some kind of conspiracy against you with these other people in the wedding party, because like the whole like, we didn't even want you there.
The bride told two different stories too.
Yeah.
Like,
so it feels like a little sus, but in terms of like your original question, are you the asshole? Yes, I think so, for getting blackout drunk.
Yeah.
So like you're the asshole for that, because you really, again, thing about getting blackout drunk is you cannot without doubt know whether you said that or didn't.
Yeah.
And in turn, like maybe your boyfriend was more thinking about the blackout drunk part, and that was more relationship ending than the fact that you like said anything potentially. It could be that. Like it could be.
Well, she said everyone was 10 plus tequila shots in from her estimation.
So like she was just drinking with everyone.
Yeah. Which also actually, that does change the dynamic. Like basically it from OP's POV and what we know, everyone was kind of
that's true.
At the same place.
Yes.
Which tracks because they're probably all like knocking back together. Right.
Still though, you should know when to tap out.
Yeah.
Know when to tap out. I still
1,000,000%.
think blacking out and knowing how many drinks you're having and blacking out is like an a-hole move.
Yeah.
But by negligence, like you should know your limits by that point. But in terms of like whether you did say that or not, like I guess you don't know if you blacked out, but like there is a little bit of fishiness around.
Yeah.
Right? It feels like
I can't
a
help
little bit of
but
fishiness.
just be a little bit suspicious. And also it's just like in the beginning when you were describing it, it was like, oh, my boyfriend was like the super popular frat boy. He got everything he ever wanted and da-da-da. Like, well, I guess this is all retroactively.
Yeah.
So she maybe has like a not so great point of view on him right now. But I don't know. It just, it seems like something could be awry. Like, it seems a little fishy.
But also like what is more likely? The fact that you in a blacked out stupor said maybe you weren't flirting. Maybe you just said a bad joke.
I think honestly, that's the vibe I got.
Yeah.
She's like, the magic rock.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. I didn't interpret that as like her like hardcore flirting. I think it's just like
stupid drunk girl jokes.
Stupid drunk girl joke.
Literally.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, what is more likely? You blacking out and making a stupid drunk girl joke, or everyone in that wedding party conspiring against you and saying you said a thing?
Right.
There's that thing called like Arkham's razor. Like the most likely outcome is the true outcome. Probably more likely that you said something dumb in a blacked out stupor than everyone conspiring against you.
Right. And I agree where I think it was just like a stupid joke.
Yeah.
Probably.
I don't think you meant anything by it. I think like maybe it's a little bit of an overreaction on the boyfriend's part.
Yeah. Yeah.
If that's the reason that he's breaking up with you.
Yeah. That's like it's a tip of the iceberg thing. It's not that one thing. It seems like
a bunch of things.
He's not like willing to like chip in for half,
Yeah, that was weird too. That was
pays
weird
you back
too.
Months later. Like it just seems like there's a lot of cracks.
It seems like he was, you know what I think? I think he was, and this has happened to me too, where I was thinking about breaking up with someone for a while, and then there was just the breaking point.
Right.
Where it's like something that embodied something I didn't like happened again. And I'm like, this is like, I'm breaking up with
straw that broke the camel's back.
Yeah.
Like it's
but
happened before.
Usually there's way more under the surface. And
Yes.
the fact that he didn't, which is asshole move, the fact that he didn't pay, maybe he was thinking about breaking up with you then. And was like, oh, now I don't have to pay for this trip because we're breaking up.
And I get a free trip. That's crazy.
Which would be crazy. I don't know. Now we're getting into conspiracy theories, but
I would love y'all, y'all are always really smart and observing. Can we discuss this in the comments a bit and try to like boil down what we think is happening here?
First question, do you guys think there's a conspiracy? And then second, do you think it's an asshole move to black out at someone else's party?
It's a good question.
I think it's okay to black out your own party.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not bringing down the hammer. It depends on the scenario, and I'll quickly share my story too in a second. But yeah, it's not a good move. It's not a good move.
At the very least, it's not a classy
1,000,000%. Okay. You want me to share my story real quick? So basically, this was New Year's 2020. I had been in LA for like a few months. I was living in a 30-person co-living space.
Fucking crazy.
With 5 roommates. And one of the friends through that like group was performing at this like big House in the Hills mansion party for New Year's. And
that's cool.
One of the friends couldn't make it, so they subbed me in on the list. And I bought a suit at H&M, like it was like black tie, this whole thing. And we get there and we're like, it was like infinity pool view of the whole city, like 100-foot table with like crazy spread, unlimited free drinks. Like it was just like
nuts.
I was like, this is LA. Like I am experiencing when everyone talks about LA, like this is exactly what it is. We were all having a great time. Night went fantastic. And probably like made it past midnight. We had the whole countdown of 2020. It's big new decade. Maybe around like 1 a.m. My friend Greg, not his real name, we had seen he was kind of sloppy over the night, me and one other friend. But like you're like, okay, whatever. He's like a little sloppy. Like the two of us, like, don't get me wrong, we were taking those free drinks, but we were both totally like, here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he literally almost like knocks someone and like a side table over. Who walks in? But it's like a couple that owns the house. The wife walks in as he does that. And she says, okay, thanks. Bye. So great meeting you guys. All right. See you later. All right. Your time is up. See you gone. Just like that. And we were like, this is so bad. So my friend was really pissed because he was trying to network, there was really no one to network with in my honest opinion.
There's always someone to network with.
Always, I guess. But so we get in the Uber. I order the Uber. Greg throws up in it. Got hit with the $150 fine on my account.
Greg.
And then
on your account. Oh, dude. Wait, what's your Uber rating?
I don't know.
Let's check it. Let's check it.
Yeah, actually,
I already know mine. I just did a video on this.
That's such like an interesting way to see how like I feel like that's a cool like dating thing. Like, what's your Uber score? Like, how do you? Wow, 500.
What?
That's pretty good.
No fucking way,
dude.
You
honestly,
had someone throw up into the car.
I'm impressed.
Fucking way. Mine's 4.84. I want to know who's fucking rating me 1 stars. All right, 5.
2,000 years later.
I have so many 5s.
I feel like it's someone who gave you just 1.
Dude, all right, I'm now in 2021 and I haven't seen one non-5-star. Nothing but 5 stars.
1 eternity later.
No, I would have seen it, dude. I would have seen it. I'm in 2014.
You should message the support and be like, I saw all 5 stars. Why do I have a 4.86 rating?
That is a great. I'm going to do that right now.
What have I done? Oh my God. Using Uber scores. Oh my gosh. That is kind of genius though. If you're like dating someone and you can somehow do something fun like, oh, what's your Uber score? And they have like a 3. You're like, oh, you're asshole.
Done.
Also, the Uber in my story was during this timeline.
It doesn't make any sense, dude. It doesn't.
I did sweet talk him though. So we got back to the house. My sober friend was like, F this, I'm out. You take care of him. So I was carrying him on my shoulders, dragging him inside basically. And then he just started yuking everywhere. And I was like super confused. I'd never been in like where someone was this bad. So I called 911, got the fire truck
911
on New Year's Eve, called 911. A full like firefighter team pulled up inside our 30-person home, and they like gave him a test. They gave him like a tablet.
Oh my God.
They were like, okay, we took the test. We gave him a tablet. He's going to be okay, but you need to put a backpack on him so he can't roll over and like accidentally choke on his own vomit. And you just need to watch him so he doesn't like
That's
accidentally.
smart, the backpack move. I've never heard of that.
I had never heard of it either. So I did that, brought him upstairs. I was with him till like maybe 3 or 4. And I was just like, all right.
Is he still your friend?
I told him the next morning. He paid me back the $150, and we're still friends, but I haven't seen him in
Since that day.
years. Now for like
Since that day,
2020. That was the last time.
Wow.
Yeah. And I have one final thing to close out this episode very quickly. So I surprised Sam, but he didn't notice.
Bro,
He didn't
he pointed out his ears, and I'm like, holy shit.
He didn't even see.
Man's got ear bling.
But the other secret that you don't know is that it's completely fake.
I so thought it was real.
Matt clip-on, like magnetic.
Why didn't you
magnetic.
get it real? Why didn't you get some piercings?
Because I was going to when my sister got here, and then she got COVID because she wanted to be here when it happened. And then I was like, let me just look up how much, and they're like $10 on Amazon for 2 pairs. So I was just like, oh, let me just like try it out and like see how I like it.
And
yeah, I'm gonna do it.
Wait, can I try it?
Yeah. There we go. See what I'm saying?
But my mom would not like this. Oh, wait,
Send it to her. Here. Do you want the other one, or one is better? Be like, look what I just did.
No. I'm just gonna FaceTime her, not mention it.
Oh my God.
Hello.
Hey, Mom. How's it going?
Well, I can't be on the thing.
What? No one can see you.
I know, because I'm lying on my bed. I just got out of the bath.
Wait, I'm not looking at you. What's up?
Why are you calling me?
I'm just we have a moment between stories.
Well, don't put me on.
You're not on.
Yeah, well, I'm a bit suspicious with that big red mic.
So we had like a milestone
Yes, what's your milestone?
because we hit 100,000 on YouTube.
Yes.
And so we like made a bet with our subscribers that if we hit 100,000, John and I would both do something.
Oh, don't. I'm going to be embarrassed. Oh, no, you're not. No, you are not shaking me.
No, can you see it?
You better not got a tattoo. Oh, no! You're not getting... I'm not even talking to you. Hang up. It's just awful.
She hung up on you? Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, my heart is in my stomach right now.
She texted me, awful.
Can you just not talk about it? I don't want to talk about it.
Can I tell you another secret?
No.
Look,
What?
it's magnetic.
Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God. I'm glad that, everyone gets a joke at my expense. Thank you.
I love you, Mom.
Yes, Samuel. Bye.
Bye.
Oh God. Bro. The everyone gets a joke at my expense. Oh God. Oh no.
Don't worry, I'll tell her that it was John's idea.
No, please, God, no, please, Mrs. Honor, I swear. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh, anyways, this has been an episode of OKOP.
Yeah, if this video gets 1 million views, I will pierce my ears.
There we go. That's what I'm talking
I
about.
will pierce one ear.
Make it happen, y'all. You know what to do.
Within a month,
Then a month.
1 ear.
Done.
So like the shit out of this video.
See you on the next one.